Proche, baby, on the beats.
Are you not going to say anything?
Of course. Good evening, everyone. How's everybody doing tonight?
You're in the host spot. You're in the
No,
host.
you gotta.
You're in
You,
the host spot. You're supposed listen, listen, Linda. This is the Rogue Pod. I'm Hendo, and this is Yolanda B. She is taking over the channel today because this is a patron requested stream run by a patron. How about that?
how about it? Put me
How
back on.
about that? How about that?
Switch me to that side
Catch me outside.
in
How
a dark
about that?
alley.
How about that? In a dog, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
I
I mean,
don't know, but it's fine. Just switch me.
you're the host for today, so you have to be in that slot.
I don't know about hosting today. I'm not all that happy. My Gators lost.
So, if you don't know, if you're not into college football, today was a wonderful day. Notre Dame lost. They got beat by Clemson. If you're not a real Clemson fan because of Dabo Sweeney, I get it, but it's Notre Dame. They've been underperforming for at least the last 30 years. Um, I'm happy about that, but I'm also happy that my I can't say rivals because you have to win in a rivalry to be a rival, right? So the Florida Gutters lost to sorry Arkansas in overtime. Arkansas that was 2-6. Terrible offense, terrible team.
Well, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you all so much for coming out. Since I am the host, we appreciate it. We hope you all take care, stay safe, and go Ravens.
It's not how this works. It's not how any of this works.
Oh, okay.
But some good news though. Some news that may lift your spirits and have everybody in a festive mood. Florida State Seminoles won though. The number 4 team in the country. The number 4 team that is currently in the playoff system right now. They won. So at least we have one good Florida team. Well, listen, Miami plays later tonight. I think they play NC State at 8 p.m., I believe. If I'm not mistaken.
I'm supposed to be happy that my nemesis team won today. Woohoo!
Yes, because at least someone in the state of Florida won. And then tomorrow, the Baltimore Ravens will win. How
Well,
about
I
that?
mean, if we want to look at it and put it in proper perspective, I don't want to say that the Gators lost. I'll say that we came in second place. So
In a 2-man race?
there you go. Who's counting amongst friends? Who's keeping score? So
Ricky Bobby, if you're not first, you're last.
that's what I hear people say.
Yeah.
But,
So, Yeah, I know. All right. So listen, this is a special pop-up edition of Purple Saturday. Now, I have been toying with the idea of doing a weekly Purple Friday Q&A type theme show. But then I just was like, it's too much work. No, I actually just life it, and life had been lifing, and I got a little caught up, so I was not able to get into it and do it. So we're trying something out a little bit different. We're gonna let people decide and ask questions about the game or football or
yeah.
why the gutters suck.
Oh, I'm sure nobody's going to ask that because we don't suck. We're finding our way back to ourselves. You don't have to continue to flash the
You're,
score
you're
and
five.
the record of the opposing team.
You're 5-4, and you thought at 5-3 you had a chance at the college football playoffs.
I'm going to
Listen,
always hold out hope.
listen. Most teams with one loss not going to get in, and you had some bad losses. I think you
Yeah.
lost. I think you lost to Dunbar High School, Sudbrook Elementary,
Okay, so Q&A, let's get it started. Let's go.
Sunshine Daycare. I think you lost to a couple of teams that just wasn't Division One. But yeah, but first let's see who we got in the house. I didn't expect people to actually be here because it's Saturday night. Y'all should be out and about doing some things. But make sure you get that extra hour of sleep tonight because we do set time back, and we do have a 9:30 a.m. game tomorrow, which is going to be a good one. It's the Miami Dolphins versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Make sure you check that out because that does have ramifications on what's going on with the Ravens, because the Ravens are actually tied for first place in the AFC, vying for that number 1 seed. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to steal your joy, but let me just see who we got in here. We got Jada Six in here. What's going on, Mr. J? Appreciate you for dropping by. We got Brandon Bazel in the house.
Mr. J the Six, we play the Lakers tonight by Magic. I told you the other day, we're coming back. We're coming back for it. So
What's going on, Xavier? Good evening to you as well. We got Brady in the house. How about some wow? What's going on, Coach? Coach says, "Damn, I know, Coach. Like you know me, I be trying to be incognito and chill, but someone has something to say all day long. All I've been hearing is, I got to talk about my Florida Gators. I got to talk about my Florida Gutters. I got to talk about my Florida Gutters, and this is the opportunity for her to talk about the Gutters. What's going on for us?" What? Woo pig suey? What? I'll talk to you about that one. Well, yes, fam, you won, but more importantly,
fam, you won.
Florida
Thank
State
you, Coach.
The Gutters lost. More importantly,
stop calling my team names unless you're going to call them champions. Don't call my team names.
Champions? Did you say champions?
I did not.
What's up, Danity? Appreciate
Hi,
you dropping
Danity.
in.
Thank you, sweetie. I hope you're doing good.
Kimberly Harmon, what's going on?
Kimberly, long time no see. Welcome back. Glad to have you back. I hope you've been doing well.
Indeed. And we're going to talk about, I guess we're going to talk about the trade situation, the non-trade situation. Is that something we're going to discuss?
Yes, I think so.
All right. What's up, Chris? You think so?
I think we are.
Yeah, champions are participating. That's all the Gutters are for. We got MDT Sports in the house. What's going on? All right, y'all. So this is a Q&A session. Ask any question you want. We can discuss anything. We're going to talk about the Ravens. We're going to talk about Florida State making it to the college football championship. I'm all for it. You want to talk about Golden State Warriors leading the Pacific Division in the NBA. I'm here for all that because I know Orlando. Well, I did think Orlando might have been winning their division. They were leading their division at 2-2. I do believe y'all had that the other day. I don't know if you still got it.
No, we don't.
Not anymore?
I don't believe so. But we will after tonight.
Oh, yes, we do. We do have Alabama LSU tonight. And listen.
In Colorado later tonight at 10. For those who are following the Buffaloes.
Well, listen, I'm a little disappointed in Colorado. They turned over the play calling duties to Pat Shurmur, former NFL coach, offensive coordinator Pat Shurmur, because they weren't really doing too well. And I don't think that it was the offensive coordinator's fault for the most part. Their offensive line and defensive line sucks. But that's neither here nor there. But Kimberly, Alabama is just not the Alabama of old. Now that all college football teams have the ability to pay players, Alabama just doesn't have that edge anymore. Because, they had all the money to pay for the best talent. Now they don't have it. They're losing. So, all right. Yeah, I'm not gonna say Wemby looking like the next MJ, but he's looking pretty good. He's looking like the next Kevin Durant with defense.
Danity, I'm watching the Spurs and I'm liking what I see out of Wembanyama.
Yeah,
I probably botched his last name, but yeah, I like what I see so far. Danity, very promising for the Spurs.
Just call him Wemby.
Wemby, okay.
Yeah, Danny, you're not gonna smoke out of me. Like, he looks really, really good. I mean, I can't take anything away from him, but it's the Spurs.
Yeah.
But they beat up on Phoenix twice.
They're going to make some noise. And so, like, your team, the one that you were always, bragging about.
My team? The division, the Pacific Division leading team?
Watch. All I can say is the Warriors need to be careful. They need to tread lightly. They need to tread lightly this year.
Okay. I mean,
just like you were talking about Alabama not being the Alabama of old.
Okay.
I think it's almost very, very close to it in terms of the Warriors not being the Warriors of old.
Yeah, listen,
Chris
me up there.
Paul, whoever else you guys have over there.
Why do you have to go there?
Because you had to go there with the Gators.
The Gutters. The Florida Gutters.
At least what I'm saying is a true statement. You guys have Chris Paul. Is that true or false?
This is true.
I move on.
Proceed with your Patron stream. I'm just here as a guest today.
You're just here as a guest. Okay. So we just wanted to talk a little bit and see what you guys think about tomorrow's matchup. Um, I think this is going to be a really big test for the Ravens, probably the biggest one yet. And not going to lie, Seattle makes me a little nervous. They make me very, very nervous. So I just wanted to hear from you. Like, what are your questions going into tomorrow's game? And we'll talk about it.
I have a question. Do you think the Ravens are going to win this game?
Because we're playing at home, I'm going to give the edge to the Ravens. On the road, if we were playing in Seattle right now, week, what is this, week 8, 9? I don't know if we would win, but because we are home, I am going to give the slight advantage to the home team. So I do. What about you?
Let's see. The Seahawks picked up Frank Walker. They just activated former Eagle offensive tackle Jason Peters. They just traded for Leonard Williams, who's a monster.
And we acquired who at the trade deadline?
Casper, the friendly ghost.
Because who has it better than us?
No, everybody. And DK Metcalf is back. I do believe he's back.
He is.
I think for us, we have questionable, Marcus Williams questionable, and Morgan Moses.
I have a question. Why do we keep putting Marcus Williams out there? I mean, and I promise I'm not trying to be funny. I am not a doctor, but I just really don't think it's in his best interest to go out there and play with one shoulder or 1.5 or 1 3/4, whatever it is. His other shoulder is not fully healthy. So why? And I know now it's the hamstring, but why rush him back? Yes, it'd be nice to have him, but is it nice to have him at what cost? For him to get further injured and then we don't have him down the stretch?
Well, it's nice to rush him back because we paid him $70 million, and he has yet to give us return on investment. Now, he started off well. He started off well last season. He got hurt. He started off well this season. He got hurt. So I just think that they feel like, you know what? We're paying you this money. You need to be out there. I personally, as a head coach, general manager, somebody in charge, just the alpha in the room, I would sit him down and say, bruh, every week that you come in here, you get injured. And you have to sit out more time. Then you come back, you have to set up more time. Personally, I think he should have went on injury reserve and sat out a chunk of the season until he was definitely and definitively ready to play football. Because it was the game in London. He's trying to tackle Derrick Henry. I give him credit. He gave his best. He couldn't lift his arm up.
He can't. So what are we doing? Here we are, 3 weeks removed from that game? And do we think he is substantially better? So you say that, oh, well, we're paying him all of this money. Well, did we rush Ronnie Stanley back? We did at one point. Right. We
Twice.
did. And what happened?
He got hurt again.
So then we should learn from that, right? We should take lesson from our mistakes of the past. We paid Ronnie Stanley all this money. And then I think it was like the next day or the next game, he was out. He had that severe injury. And then we rushed him back. So I think we should stop doing that.
Yes, and listen, and there is a big difference in Ronnie Stanley and Marcus Williams, being that we didn't have a replacement. We didn't have a real replacement for Ronnie Stanley, but we have somebody that, is balling out right now. Geno Stone. He is on an all-pro, Pro Bowl path this season. So it's not like they don't have someone to fill in adequately. They have somebody that can come in and do his job. So what is the purpose of rushing him back? Then when he gets hurt in the next to the last game of the season and he's not available for the playoffs, then what?
Then we didn't learn from our mistakes with Ronnie Stanley. That's all I have to say.
Yeah. Chris says, I would have traded Williams for a wide receiver at the deadline. Maybe they tried. But my thing is this. You have a safety who's oft injured with a hefty contract that rarely plays. Who wants those problems? I know I don't want those problems.
Right.
A lot of people thought when they signed Marcus Williams, excellent signing. Me, I was like, it's a pretty good signing. Like, he's better than what we had. But at the time, he wasn't even the best safety out there. And I think that Jose Obradney said this before in the past. When the Ravens sign these free agents, we get really, really happy. But the Ravens never go out and sign the best person at that position. We always get somewhere around top 5, and we're happy with that. Go get somebody that's durable. Now, not to say that Marcus wasn't durable beforehand, because he was in New Orleans, but get the best player available. So we essentially wasted money once again, because now we have a decision to make. What do we do with Marcus Williams next year? What are we going to do with Geno Stone next year?
What are we going to do with Matabike? What are we doing with Patrick Queen?
What are we doing with Odell Beckham Jr.? What are we going to do with Bateman? What are we going to do with Duvernay? I guess a lot of questions.
A lot of questions. This roster is going to look so much different next year.
And
Much different on both sides of the ball.
so, speaking of these rosters looking a little bit different, right? Being that every season it's essentially a new team, because you have additions, you have subtractions. It's just a lot going on with they're trying to be parity inside the NFL. So, with this being a different team and not knowing who we're going to keep, what we're going to do you think that the Ravens should have made a move at the trade deadline? And if you do, what moves do you think they should have made?
For me, I was hoping for a running back
What's up,
at
Ray?
the trade deadline. That's kind of, that was the big thing for me. And or if not a running back, I really wanted Chase Young. So I did. So
Okay.
that's
What's up, Chris?
hey Chris, that's who I wanted. I wanted and because we didn't make any move, I was a little disappointed, right? But I'm trying to be optimistic because our players are doing right. He would have been one I would have picked up the phone. What are you doing? Contact Saquon's agent. But I really wanted either Chase Young or a running back. Okay. One that I feel like is a step above Gus Edwards. And that's not to say Gus is not a really solid running back. I think he is. Mm-hmm. Is he top 5?
Is he top
10?
Top 20.
I mean, okay, there's an argument to be made for top 20, but I'm thinking top 10, maybe not. So if we could have acquired a top 10, 12-ish running back, mm-hmm. I would have been very happy. What about you?
I definitely would have wanted a running back. Now, the thing was, I think the sticking point was the Ravens were asked to part with a second-round pick. And I know this has been a source of contention between Ravens fans, because they said, okay, you take Josh Jacobs, for example. Some people say, give up that second-round pick. We don't do anything with that second-round pick anyway. Over the last 10, 15 years, we may have hit on one second-round pick, Tyus Bowser. And right now, he's not even playing. We don't even know what's going on with Tyus Bowser. But let's just say him, you can, for kicks and giggles, I'll say J.K. Dobbins. Right?
I'll put him in that category.
I wouldn't, because he's rushed for about 1,400 yards his whole career. And
that's
we can say
he's been injured all the time.
But isn't that a part of your legacy? Your availability to play? Is that not a part of your legacy? Now,
not
you could have
been Baltimore Ravens, it's not, because we took Ojabo. We paid $15 million to OBJ. And no, Rodney, I did not say Gus was top 10. I said, is he top 10? And then I said top 20, an argument can be made. So no, I did not say he was top 10.
Oh, you can't be made for that either.
So I think that for the Baltimore Ravens, the best ability is availability is not always the mantra.
I mean, yes, if you drafted better and we had the depth that people say we have, we wouldn't be running some of these guys ragged. I think that's something that may happen with Kyle Van Noy.
I think we're playing him a little too much, given his age.
Too much. And then he's going to break down, just like Justin Houston. Justin Houston was balling in the beginning last year.
He was.
The last 2 years, then he went downhill. But as far as the Josh Jacobs thing goes, a second-round pick, and somebody made a statement saying, why would we give up a second-round pick for a player that's averaging about 3.2 yards a carry, I believe, and he's like 18th in the league in rushing. Yo, what's going on, Mike? What's going on, Osmond? Appreciate y'all dropping by. They asked, why would we give up a second-round pick for that? One thing that you have to consider is Josh McDaniels is the head coach. One, two, their offense is playing with Jimmy Garoppolo, a rookie quarterback, and whoever the third guy is that they're playing with. So of course, teams are going to stack the line. They're gonna play the run. They're gonna run blitz and do all these things. They're there to stop Josh Jacobs. Josh Jacobs and you double Devontae Adams, and pretty much you have this team figured out. So people seem to forget this is a guy that led the league in rushing last year. Even with that same bad head coach, that same bad offensive line, with just a better quarterback behind center, he led the league in rushing. So he had something in him. That second round pick, what does it mean? What does it mean to us? Because we can't draft anyway. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, EDC is hit recently on several picks. Cool. He's hit decently on several picks. Now you want to say Patrick Queen. I don't need a first round pick to wait till year 3, year 4 to start playing well. The problem that we're having now is Lamar's ready to win now. We're ready to win a Super Bowl with Lamar now. We don't have time to wait for him to develop. We don't have time to wait for him to develop. So I think that the Ravens should have done something. And I'm not saying necessarily it had to have been a running back. Like Chris said, we should have gotten a guard. We should have drafted. We should have we should have traded for an offensive lineman. We should have got some kind of offensive lineman because John Simpson ain't it. Zeitler's going downhill. Moses, people have faith in him, but he's been oft injured as well. So I think that they should have made something. I know a lot of people are saying EDC is happy with the team that he has. That's why no deals were made. But apparently he's been calling around the league asking about this person and that person. So apparently he wasn't too happy with what we have.
Right, but you can't have it both ways. So EDC wants to make these phone calls and inquiries around the league. However, to actually make a move, you'll have to relinquish some of those draft picks. You'll have to give up some draft capital. Hi, Tanja. You'll have to relinquish draft capital. And if EDC is not willing to do that, if he's going to hoard his draft picks, then how serious do we believe he is in terms of making this team better and a true playoff contender now?
Right. Yeah. Let's see. Xavier says Ojabo is only on a 4-year contract and we already lost a year. It's looking like we may lose another. Listen, I said when they drafted Ojabo, and luckily for me, I have it on video to back it up. I said this when we drafted him. I said he's injured. What's going to happen is they're going to bring him in at the end of the year. He's going to make a splash play here and there. Nothing really big. He's going to come in year 2, look a little bit better and get everybody's hopes up. He's not going to play well, and everyone's going to say, well, he's still injured from the year before. Let's give him another year because it takes 2 years to truly get over an injury. Okay, fine. Year 3, he's going to come in and get progressively better. Year 4, he's going to ball out and price himself out of Baltimore. So we're going to essentially get one good year out of Ojabo, and then he's going to be gone, just like everything else. Like, I love some of the moves. Well, I'm sorry. I'm content with some of the moves EDC made on defense, but let's take it all the way back. If the Ravens would have kept CJ Mosley at $17 million per year, we wouldn't have drafted Patrick Queen. I'd say Patrick Queen's not doing his thing and is playing pretty well for us, but he may be gone after this. So now we have to get his replacement. We also had to spend a second-round pick on trading for Roquan Smith. Glad we got Roquan Smith, but we had to spend a second-round pick at $100 million. If we'd have kept CJ Mosley, we would have still had that production at $17 million per. We could have drafted T. Higgins. All of these puzzle pieces could have fit in quite nicely because I think I was having this conversation with my brother day before yesterday, on Lamar Jackson and what he thinks the team should done as a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. And he was like, listen, your team failed Lamar as a Steelers fan. And I said, yeah, they failed Lamar. After his MVP season, they should have surrounded him with all the weapons he needed to make this run. Now they're trying to do it late. They ended up spending money where they didn't need to spend it. I'm not going to say that OBJ is a waste of money, but he got a surplus in his contract that he shouldn't have gotten. And now we're backpedaling, trying to make up for these mistakes. Now, next season, what's going to happen? Nelson Aguilar's on a 1-year deal. OBJ's on a 1-year deal. They're gone. What are we going to do with Bateman? People are saying that they like the production that Bateman's given. I think he had, 2 catches for like 20-something yards the other day. Now, granted, it's more than what we've gotten out of him, but that's nothing for me to get excited about.
Well, I'm getting excited about the prospect. Okay. I'm not getting excited about just, he had 2 catches for 25 whatever yards. I'm getting excited because I'd like to see the glimpses. that I'm seeing from him. And if we can just slowly and continuously build his confidence back,
So
I
Brian,
believe we can start to see, and maybe not right now, maybe not tomorrow, but certainly down the stretch, we can see the Bateman that we knew and believed in. And the reason why we drafted him so high is because we believed in him. Coming out of college, I think we can see that Bateman come out. So that's what I'm excited about for him.
wait. Mosley been injured. Mosley was an All-Pro last year. How was he injured? 5 years. I don't. Well, listen. If you take an injured player and he's an All-Pro, so for the last 4 years, what has Patrick Queen been? Since let's compare and contrast. We've got Pro Bowls and I think he may have 1 or 2 All-Pros. Versus how many Pro Bowls does Queen have? Yolanda?
How many Pro Bowls does Queen have?
Yeah. And not to pick on Queen, but I'm just saying, how many Pro Bowls does he have? How many All-Pros does he have? And that's not to say that that's a measure of talent for the most part, but he's saying he's been injured. He's gotten hurt, but he's making Pro Bowls in All-Pros, so he's not hurt that much. And I guess the plays that he's making are pretty impactful because I've seen him getting interceptions, winning games. Listen, the Jets don't have offense, and he's the captain of that defense. I know how good Quentin Williams is, but C.J. Mosley is the captain of that defense, and without an offense and without a quarterback, the most important position in football, they're winning.
I mean, going back to Patrick Queen, I just hope we find a way to pay him. I want Patrick Queen to stay with us because I think he and Roquan are dynamic together. So I hope we find a way to keep him around.
Yeah. Oh man, he said the Ravens got COVID funds. The Ravens got that PPP loan and they ain't trying to pay it back. What's going on, Brent? How you doing tonight? They got that PPP loan, they ain't trying to pay it back. Like I don't listen. I'm not understanding. And once again, I'm not a general manager. I don't claim to be one. I don't try to be one. I don't say what somebody should or should not do. But there are times when certain things are obvious. And I hate to look at other franchises. I love my franchise, but I also love football. I was a fan of football before there was a Baltimore Ravens team. So I look at Howie Roseman, and I talk about Howie Roseman a lot because the Philadelphia Eagles general manager, he goes out and gets what he needs. He has all this talent. He's drafted talent. He's traded for talent. Then he said, you know what? My team not looking right in the secondary. Let me get a former All-Pro, Pro Bowl safety from the Tennessee Titans. I don't think Howie Roseman said, what draft pick am I going to give up? What's this going to cost me? Because he's not worried about getting comp picks. Comp picks for what? Why do we need 7 to 11 draft picks per year? Well, you can only put 53 men on a roster. And if your roster is pretty much set with the players that you need, you don't have room for a bunch of drafted players. And I know Ravens fans love undrafted free agents because they think that they're going to be the saviors of the team. Okay. I like Keaton Mitchell, and I want Keaton Mitchell to do his thing. I hope Keaton Mitchell carves a nice role with the Ravens. But Keaton Mitchell's not taking us to a Super Bowl. This dude played one snap and got hurt.
He was already hurt, comes back, plays one snap, and now he's hurt again. So that's why I said I really would have liked to have seen a running back added to the team. I have a question. Since this is Q&A, I have a question. What would you like to see coming out of our game with Arizona? And we all know how we barely got by with that game. What do you want to see different going into tomorrow's game, especially given the difference in caliber of teams from Arizona to Seattle?
I don't think that there's a difference, essentially, because I only say this. I mean, trust me, you have the 1-7 Arizona Cardinals and you have the division leading Seahawks. But the only reason I say that is the Seahawks, and all praise to Arizona. They play extremely hard. They know that they're not very talented, but they play together and they play hard. And that's what Pete Carroll team does. They play hard, regardless of how talented they are. They play hard. But the thing that I'm looking for is going to go way beyond this game tomorrow. What I want to see is offensive consistency, because week 2 Cincinnati, we said, oh yeah, we knocked the rust off. Everything's good to go. This offense is looking pretty decent. Then we went back into the Greg Monken, Todd Roman days. You know what I'm saying? We went back into those offensive days. Then we got to Detroit and we saw what this offense could be. And we got really excited. And I was like, you know what? All we need to do now is build off this momentum. Like, listen, the offense was damn near flawless in this game. So we built momentum. It doesn't have to look exactly the same, but you build from it. And like Ravens love to say in the press conference after losses, oh, you got to go back in. You got to stack, get better, stack, get better. I figured they would get better. They look terrible. Like they looked horrible offensively. Like even and most of it had to do with a lot had to do with some of the play calling from Greg Monken. Like his play calling was a little Todd Romanish. So I think that I just want to see them just be competent on offense. Your strength technically is running the ball. Like that's been our strength since we become a franchise. Run the ball. So let's run the ball when we can. Run the ball when they put 5 in the box. They put 4 in the box. Run the ball. I don't think that we have to prove Lamar's a pass. I know personally, selfishly, I want Lamar to go out there and pass for 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, and look really well to kind of knock some of the haters off his back. But we need to do what wins us games. If it's passing this game, cool. If it's running this game, I'm good with that too. As long as we start to be consistent with the play calling, with the coaching, with the quarterback, and with the running, with the receivers. These are the things I need to see because we turn around, we're already in week 9. We're going to turn around, it's going to be the playoffs. And we're still going to be doing this song and dance of, man, it's only round 1 of the playoffs. We're going to get it together. So I just want to see consistency offensively from this team.
I just want to find out what the offensive identity is for the team. Before I talk about consistency, I need to know who we are as an offense. Right. Because the fluctuation from week to week and the variation from our style of play from week to week, it just confuses me a bit. And I really don't know, like what's our offensive DNA. So I'd like to know that. I'd like to see it. And we always talk about like a statement game, like, oh, I want the Ravens to just make this statement game. And sure, I would love that. I would absolutely love it. However, I know you have to crawl before you walk. And right now, I don't think we're at, let's make a statement right now. I'll just be happy with obviously the win, but more importantly, being able to definitively say, oh, this is our offense and this is the scheme, that this is what makes us. Because when you say that we, since, the creation of the Ravens, we've been a run first team, but if it's not working, if it's not working, it's not working. And so then what do? You need to go back and recalibrate, and you need to restructure, refigure, figure things out and think about things differently. So that's kind of what I'm wanting to see tomorrow.
Ravens win big tomorrow, says OTL Mike.
I hope so. I'd love that.
I believe you. Listen, they have Geno Smith on the other side. I'm not, and Brad didn't tell you, I'm not a big believer in Geno Smith. Like, yes, he was Pro Bowl last season. He resurrected his career in Seattle. I'm just not a big believer in him. Like, I think he's decent. Even this season, he's been turnover prone. So we can get to him. It's just that I don't know if to think about it, I don't know if we've seen anything the caliber of DK Metcalf. Like just the physicality that he brings. We've been playing the decent sized, smaller, quick receivers. Are we ready for DK Metcalf? And Jackson Smith and Jigba, he scored 2 touchdowns. He scored a touchdown in the last 2 games. He's come off of injury, and I think he's looking pretty decent. We got Kenneth Walker running the ball. Do you think the defense is ready for that? Because our run defense has not been as good as I thought it should be this season.
It's not. To be fair, it's not. Do I think we are ready for those matchups?
Right.
I hope so. I want to believe we are, but this will be a test. This will, to me, I'm looking at this game as this is going to tell me where we are as a team. This is going to tell me who the Ravens are. Are we for real? Or have we just been skating by because we've been playing teams that were maybe weaker than us, or playing down to our competition, and we just didn't, I don't know, but I really want to know. I want to see tomorrow who we are as a Ravens, as an organization, who we are. Mike, a big win tomorrow would be great. That really would be. But I think I'll be happy, and we'll get into score predictions. But I'll be happy even if it's. I don't want a super close game because that just makes my nerves bad. It makes my nerves bad on Sunday. But I'll be happy with a 7-point lead, 10-point lead. A blowout would be nice too.
Yeah, I mean, I take the blowout. But like Chris says, it says between now and 2027, the cap goes up 114 million.
Mm-hmm.
Paying guys will not be an issue as long as we manage the dead money. And I think that's the problem that we have is the dead money because we keep throwing money on top of problems and solutions. What happens is we have bad drafts, and we've had bad drafts since EDC's been here. He's had 43 picks approximately.
And how many of them have been good?
I can
count
count
on one hand.
I can count one hand and still got a couple fingers left to play around with. So then what happens? We draft bad, so we have to replace those people. Then we have injured players. So now we have to keep throwing money at it. So we sign somebody for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
And then we end up getting guys back healthy, or we make a trade, or we do something else. Now we have this dead money for this player that we rented for one season. That's why I don't understand why people are mad about getting Josh Jacobs for one season. We rent players for one season for no reason. Now they did it on defense with Unique Ngakoue. They gave up a 3rd-round pick to rent him for half a season and didn't bring him back. It's okay for defense, but it's not okay for offense. Yeah, I want to see a complete game. I want to see this offense do something. Now, Seattle's defense is going to be tough. I think it's going to. I thought the statement game was going to be the Detroit game, but a lot of people have said Detroit was just off their game or whatever. And I think it had a lot to do with our defense. I think our defense kept them off their game. Right. And it was like, oh no, because they were missing a running back. Nah, missing a running back is not. We know about missing running backs.
We do.
So, like somebody said, Tyreek Woolen, that boy's a problem. That's a guy we could have had in the 3rd round. We could have drafted him in the 3rd round last year. Tyreek Woolen, cornerback. We needed a cornerback, right?
I agree.
No. What did we get? We got Homer Simpson. Don't.
He's just not it so far. It's just not it.
Yeah, it's not it. All right, listen. What's today? Today's the 5th, 4th, November 4th. So guess what happens today? The loyalty points reset.
Oh.
It's a new month. The loyalty points reset. So we got 2 more months. Now, between this month and next month, one of these 2 months is the grand prize month. I'm not telling you which one it is, but it's the grand prize month for loyalty points. And if you want to participate, all you really have to do is just hang out with us.
Just beat Ferris.
First has been busy recently, so you can beat hers. But if you just come and hang out in the streams, comment, you get points. If you donate, you get points. If you subscribe to the channel, you get points. If you sign up to become a patron, you get points. And at the end of every month, we give away a nice little prize. I have to get Ferris a really nice prize because he's won the last 3 months in a row. But this month it was really close. Y'all been doing y'all thing. I have to applaud y'all. Y'all been doing y'all thing. So if you want to get in on his loyalty points, hang out with us tomorrow night, 8 p.m. live stream. Are you going to be here for the live stream tomorrow?
I might make an appearance.
We don't do appearances. Either you're going to be here for the stream or you're not.
Wait. I might be able to make an appearance. I'll check my calendar.
Ray said you better chill.
He was talking to you, hopefully.
Talking to me about what?
I don't know. No, he's probably talking to me when I said all you have to do is beat Ferris. I think that's what.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, listen. So just to be fair, Ferris cannot win next month or this month. Ferris cannot win this month because it does seem like he's just throwing money. He's like the Ravens. He's just throwing money at the bad, like just throwing money to the channels because he wants to win everything. So this month, Ferris cannot win, but don't tell him that because he can still donate. I'm not gonna hold him back on that one. All right, listen, we still got 28 people in here. Appreciate you all for dropping by, hanging out with us. If you are new, please subscribe to the channel. Please like and share with your friends. We have goals here. I think yesterday I hit 3,200. I am trying to reach 4,000 subs by 2024. If y'all could help a brother out. 4,000 subs. I'm currently at 31 patrons. 31 patrons.
Awesome.
Let's get to 50. Let's try to get to 50. 50 by the end of the year. You know, you get some really good perks. You get videos early. You get to come on streams if you know how to behave yourself. I'm not gonna hold you. You don't know how to behave yourself, you can't come up here. I let my patrons do what they want to do right here. They run amok. The inmates run the asylum. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm just kidding. It was a joke. Also, we have fantasy football. I have a pick'em league. I have a dynasty league, and I can do a regular league as well if y'all want to do that. So there are many perks to becoming a patron. Only brand new patrons get to do requested streams on any topic you want. It doesn't have to be sports. It could be about anything you like. So make sure you go to patreon.com/ROUG. Become a patron today. I
Do
don't know
you,
what the faces are for.
because I was just really trying to think. I was like delving into the recesses of my mind saying new patron only are able to partake in patron requested stream. Can you please point me into the bylaws, the regulations, wherever I can find that language, that proviso? I'd appreciate it. You don't have to do it now, but whenever you get an opportunity, because I just like to read it and fact check for myself.
Okay, I'll let you know. False, Jay. False. You could be on screen with me. I don't know who the great Hendo is, but you can be on screen with moi. I'm not great. I'm just here. But yes. Well, okay. Since we want to go to the legal definition and the legal aspect of it, let's do this then. Show me on my patron page where it says you get to request live streams.
Oh, let me put my glasses on. I'll have to find
Not
it.
right now. Not right now. I'm gonna tell you it's not there. I never put it there. This is a verbal contract for new patrons. But anywho, let's
No,
move. Let's move on. But no, we're here. That's not what we're here for.
I'm
It's
the
not what we're here
host.
for. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure that's what you said at the onset of the stream. But if I'm incorrect, let me know. But as I was going to say,
What did you tell me? What did you tell me before? I'm always right.
I said that?
Yeah.
No, I
Well,
don't.
I'm sorry. You said I think I'm always right. I can't remember.
There we go. Now that's starting to make more sense. But you did say it. No, it's not in, or I don't know where I can find it written where it says
Patreon.com. Just go to
new
patreon.com.
patrons only are able to participate in patron requested streams. But I do have video clips, multiple even, where you indicate that patrons are able to participate and make requests for patron requested streams. Then you later decided, I don't like it. I'm going to change it. Well,
No. Let's be real about the situation. If you remember, it was about this time last year when I said you have until January 1st, if you are an original patron, to request streams. Remember that? I said you have to
right. And
January 1st.
I remember I said, I don't think that that's a good idea to just put a time limit, a time stamp to say we're going to end this on the 31st of December.
All right, listen, the people didn't come here to talk about your gripes about patron requested streams. What's going on, Barry? Appreciate you for dropping by, hanging out with us. They want to talk about football. They want to talk about the Ravens. Oh, did my mouse die? I think my mouse died. I got something that you can talk about. Give me your feelings on this if I can get to it, if I can find it and bring it up. Because this is very important news. Listen, Baltimore Ravens fans, I love it. Like, it got me excited. Whew. James Proche signs with the Cleveland Browns.
I'm very happy. And not only did he sign with the Cleveland Browns, I believe they activated him today to the 53-man roster, if I'm not mistaken. So I've always been cheering for James Proche. And Coach, if you're still here, I'm happy for your guy. I know Coach is a James Proche fan.
Right.
And he's stuck by him loyally, so I'm happy for him. And I hope he gets an opportunity to play tomorrow and really, show that he's still.
Hater. Listen, let me tell you like this. Ouch. That's right, Tanja. Shout out to James Proche.
Yeah.
He is not a threat to look out for, but I'm just happy for the young man. You know what I'm saying? I was teared up too. Like that. Listen, that young man has gone through
a
lot this year. Like this year alone.
This year.
You know what I'm saying? And I know some people feel like he didn't get a good enough shot in Baltimore. He kind of did. Like
he kind of got a shot, but that's not who's to say that he can't go to another organization in another offensive scheme and not thrive there. Who's to say that?
Shout out to Mike. Like Mike with that pop.
James is going for 6.
I love it. Listen, Mike.
Wow.
Listen, I'm with you. With the. It's a strong possibility he could get the 6 for 120, 4 touchdowns in 4 seasons. This man don't have a touchdown. I can't believe that.
We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Score predictions for tomorrow's game. What's your score
Ooh.
prediction?
Okay, so we're doing score predictions for the game tomorrow. I think the score tomorrow, the Ravens will win. Since we can score, we've learned how to score 30 points once again. It's been a minute. I think the Ravens are going to win 35-31.
Seattle scoring 31 points.
Hater.
Let us know in the chat. What's your score prediction for tomorrow's game? I don't know that the Seattle Seahawks are scoring 30 points, but
Why not?
I guess for me, I would think 28-21 Ravens.
So
I'm with you. I'm right there with you, Big Reg.
So listen, my only concern with this game is Marlowe is still recovering. Like he's not 100% healthy. Nobody's 100% healthy this time of season. But you got Marlowe, you got Brandon Stevens who's playing well. Marlette, he's playing well as well.
He's doing pretty good.
He's doing pretty well. So my thing is, who's gonna guard Tyler Lockett? Who's gonna guard DK Metcalf? Who's gonna guard Jackson Smith and Jigba?
Jason. What's the party going on behind you?
I don't know. It does that for some reason. I don't know.
Okay.
It's ghost in my house. MDT Sports says 35-17 Ravens win. Spread is 6. Mike says 31-10. Oh, you think they're gonna hold them to 10 points?
Ooh, Mike. Now that's a hot take. If Mike, we will be back tomorrow night if you are right or even close. If we can hold them to 10 points. Yeah, I'm with you. Tanja, I'm with you. I think it's going to be around the 27, 28, 21 mark for the Ravens. Go Ravens. And if you happen to be in here and your team is not the Ravens, drop your score prediction for your team. I know Rodney's a Panthers fan and Jay too. Who do the Panthers play tomorrow? Or is it a bye?
The Panthers? No, the Panthers play it's a winnable game.
Leave it in the chat if you're a Panthers fan. Who do you guys play tomorrow?
It's a winnable game because they have a stretch of 2 more games where it's a possibility that they can win. Okay. I don't think I picked them to win, but I think they had
Colts.
Biden
said the Colts.
Yeah,
we lost to the Colts.
Yeah, that's terrible. Burry says I can't see the Hawks scoring 20 on our defense. Arizona without a quarterback put up 24.
Okay.
And they got and listen, Seattle has a run game and 3 capable wide receivers and 2 decent tight ends. I'm not saying that they will put up 20 points, but they have the ability because Arizona's one of the worst teams in the league, and they darn near came back. Attitude Pop, what's going on?
How do we score 31 points? How do we score Attitude Pop? How do we score 40? Is the defense making are they getting a pick 6?
We've been close. We've been close.
I know we've been close. I absolutely agree. But the reverse of that is, okay, well, if our defense is not adding 6 points to the board, then who's scoring touchdowns tomorrow? Who's going to be consistent tomorrow?
Whoa. Wait a minute. Who's slipping? Who catches? You think Seattle will catch a slipping tomorrow?
I think Garnett said he has Seattle in it.
I can see. He does.
I can't see that, Garnett. I mean, I can't see it. I could see it if we were not at home.
So look at it like this, and I know every game is different, but look at it like this: we beat Arizona by 8 points, right?
Mm-hmm.
Joshua Dobbs threw 2 horrible interceptions that led to 14 points. If Geno doesn't make those mistakes.
If Geno doesn't make those mistakes, right? If Geno doesn't make those mistakes, it goes back to my original point. Who are we as an offense? Who is stepping up and being consistent tomorrow on offense to score these touchdowns?
Lamar.
Who's doing it?
It's Lamar.
Lamar has to, okay, like, is Lamar going to like throw the ball and then run and go catch it himself and then score a touchdown? Like, what are we doing? So, who's going to be on the receiving end of the ball to score the touchdowns? Lamar might have one. He might rush for one touchdown. Okay, great. But when we're talking 31 points and like attitude pop, 40 points, who,
Listen,
how are we getting those points?
listen. I forgot about Devon Witherspoon. He's a rookie, but he's
Oh,
nice.
yeah.
So you got him and Willett. Like he's nice. Like
Hmm.
hmm, hmm, ah, hmm.
I'm still maintaining my prediction. I'm still
Yeah.
maintaining. I'm still 28, 21, maybe 24, but definitely 28, 21, or 24 Ravens. But I'm with
Oh,
you, open mic. I love the positivity. I love the hope. And yes, Owe, he's coming back. He is coming back this week. I believe it.
did he play last week? Did he play last week? Is my only question.
You tell me.
I could have swore I saw him almost get a sack like on the first drive.
Then he would have played.
Oh, so what do you mean he's coming back?
Meaning he's rounding out his original form. Last week wasn't a great game for him.
Okay, so we got a new nickname for Owe. Swiper, no swiping. Almost. Almost.
Why are you grasping at air? That was really bad, though. I was disappointed.
Oh, and I just deleted that video too.
Great. I'm so glad you did.
But I think I can put it back if there are
No,
people who weren't.
moving on.
Barry says OBJ and Bate are going to have a day. I hope so. I want to see Bateman do his thing. I
Yeah.
want to see Bateman do his thing because if we can get Bateman consistent and healthy and doing certain things, that is going to open up a world of possibilities for next season when we look for wide receivers. I don't think we're going to resign OBJ, nor do I believe we should. Like he has 16 catches. We're going into week 9. 16 catches. So
For how many
damn near,
yards?
it's like 230 something yards, I believe. So we're damn near paying him $1 million a reception. $1 million, and I like OBJ, but they just.
I can appreciate OBJ for the PI calls because heretofore have we been a team that actually drew PI calls consistently?
Right.
Yeah.
Why he always coming back? Because he's never been good enough to stay and be there.
He's
in the
coming back.
He's never been present in the moment.
That's not true. That's not true.
Okay, rookie season.
Well, no, I was going to say 2 weeks ago he had, was it one sack or 1.25 sack and a forced fumble? Jose will tell you about that forced fumble. He'll remind you. So when I say he's coming back, it means 2 weeks ago when he returned from his injury, he had a really solid game. He was a difference maker that week. And then last week against the Arizona Cardinals, not so much. But then again, hold on, I'll say this though. Isn't it something to be said about a lot of the Ravens players who are on again, off again? Sometimes they have a really nice week, follow that up by, he was okay. He was pretty good.
Facts. He beat the Chiefs. So my question is, what has he been on? Listen, and I don't want to take nothing. Listen, and I know Jose's gonna kill me because he did get a sack and a forced fumble.
He did.
But to me, it was one of his worst sacks. I've seen Owe beat a guy off the line, pause. I've seen Owe do certain things and just miss out on the quarterback. That time, Jared Goff held the ball way too long. And he just held it long enough for Owe to get to him. But the moves, when he actually makes them, he misses on those sacks. So, is he back, though? Is he? And I ain't trying to hate on your boy because, listen, it's, what is that movie? End of Days? Your boy's at the end of days with the Ravens. This is going to be a whole new team next year and a year after that.
I agree. It's going to be a whole new team. And I agree with you, Tanja. Bateman definitely needs more targets. He needs more catches.
Hey, Killer Cam, I think that was the point. As the last time we seen Owe play good. And I think after that game, after that Kansas City game, he just nosedived. And then he got injured and went out for the season. I think after he made that play. And everybody was like, oh, okay. I see the potential. No. Another EDC pick. But listen, if OBJ gets 3 touchdowns tomorrow, I will stream every day this week every day next week. Every day. If he gets 3 touchdowns. I don't believe OBJ gonna get 3 touchdowns for the season. The way that this is going.
Yeah, Mike. About that,
But I love the positivity.
I do. I certainly do. I love the positivity. So, yeah, we'll
So
see
do,
what happens tomorrow.
so if the Ravens do lose this game, will you think any less of them as a team? Because I know after the Detroit win, Ravens flock was on a real high. Like everybody was just like, "Oh snap! This is what this team can look like. This is the potential that we have going forward." And then we kind of laid that little egg in Arizona. But if they lose this game, going up against the NFC now, Lamar Jackson is 17-1 versus the NFC, 17-1, outstanding. He told the Ravens reporters the other day, "Shut up."
Like, I'm not even listening to that. I just want to play football. It doesn't matter. AFC, NFC, stop. I just want to win.
Because they jinxed them last time. They
I
jinxed
just
them
want to
against the
win.
Giants. Like they jinx people.
Mhm.
That's why he said, he's like, "Oh, shut up. You're going to break the streak." But if they lose this game, because this could possibly be a Super Bowl preview. Slightly. Because listen, San Francisco's looking vulnerable. San Francisco looks
Philadelphia,
vulnerable.
even though they're
That, wait,
not the Philadelphia of the last couple of seasons, they are still a wonderful team. So
San Francisco is vulnerable. Jalen Hurts has more interceptions through 7 games. I think the first 7 games he had more interceptions than he had all of last season.
yeah.
He leads the league in fumbles. That offense is not looking too good. The running game is not looking good. The offensive line is hurt. Granted, they have the best record in the league. Granted, take nothing away from them, but they don't look like the same team that they were last year. A lot of their defensive players are hurt. Their secondary is vulnerable. Dallas Cowboys, Dallas is just Dallas. So we know they're going to go out in the first round. Nothing against them. So then my thing is, over in Detroit, they've been exposed. I think we may have exposed them. So over in the NFC, there is a possibility Seattle could sneak in.
I'm okay. They could, and I'll leave it at that. I need to see a little bit more from Seattle. I need to see who they're playing, who their opponents are the next several games before I can stand behind that. Hi, Agnes.
What's going on?
But
that's Gus's biggest fan right there.
Oh, I don't know if you were in here earlier. We were talking about Gus, and I think Hendo asked what will.
Oh, Hendo. I'm not even the host. How did I ask?
Host Hendo did ask. You asked who he asked. Who would you have liked, or what would you have liked to see? What move would you have liked to see at the deadline? And I said I would have liked to see a running back. And that's not to say Gus Edwards is not a solid running back.
You said he wasn't top 20.
No, I did not. I said he wasn't top 10. And when you said top 20, no, I said, well, wait now. An argument can be made that he is possibly in the top 20. That's what I said.
An argument can be made OBJ is the player he once was.
Listen,
it don't make it true though.
I live in the world of craft your best argument. Now, will it be successful? will it get you the results you want? Who knows? But an argument can certainly be made. But anyway, I don't know. But to answer your question, will I start to panic? And I'm paraphrasing or rephrasing, but will I start to panic if we lose tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I'll need to see how we lost. I'll need to see what happened. Did we come out looking atrocious? Did we not make in-game adjustments? Like, did Justin Tucker miss a field goal at the last second? Like, I'll need to see how we lost. So I can't answer that right now.
Okay. Well, listen, I'm not for certain if I can go off your words, Reg, because I was told the Ravens were 17th in the league, 17th rated.
17th? Ooh.
I'm just picking with you, Reg.
That's pretty low, Reg. I think we're higher than that. But
yeah.
I know we moved up after, I don't know how.
Some people got us number 1.
No, I've seen us as two. I haven't seen us as one, but I have seen us as two, and I'm like, ooh, that's saying a lot.
Well, let's listen. Let's put this in the atmosphere and make this come to fruition.
Okay.
Bird says, "No chance we losing tomorrow." I hope not. I
I'm
hope
with you,
not.
Barry.
I don't say that because when I get really cocky, and I get really cocky because like I got real cocky with my peoples and my family about the Pittsburgh game. I got real cocky and was like, "Yo, y'all ain't got a quarterback. Y'all quarterback suck. You're not throwing it to your best receiver." Oh my goodness. Awesome. You're doing great. $20 tip from my man first.
Thank you, Ferris. I don't know if you were in here when I was talking about you.
Nobody tell him. It says,
Oh,
why does the NFL have an obsession with birds? There are a lot of birds teams: Ravens, Seahawks, Falcons, Cardinals. Um, Funny enough, the Ravens beat the Cardinals. So if you have the best record among the birds, you get a trophy for best bird team. Um,
yeah. Thank
no,
you, Ferris. But
and
no.
you don't. But I think to answer that question, I think that a lot of it has to do with affiliation to states and birds. Like a lot of states have state birds, and back then when it came to naming teams, they really didn't have names, so they just went with, hey, this is a state bird, this is a popular bird in the state, so they just went with it. I need to know from you personally, and this is not a shot at you or anything. Where do you see Giants in Jersey? Show me a Giant in Jersey.
You didn't have to pick at him like that. But
That's my guy though. I guess
I
that's my guy.
know, but the Giants look this year.
This what we do.
It's
But
just real bad. I feel bad for Ferris, but
and that team beat us last year.
they did. I think about that often. I'm like, wow.
That's Lamar's one loss versus the NFC against that
One
team.
against that one team. How did they look this year? Well, I move on.
First of all, a Seahawk is not a real bird first. It's not a real bird, okay? I don't know. I can't answer these questions. Like you're asking questions I can't answer. I don't know why they named it. I know why we named ours a bird.
Yeah.
But I can't speak for anybody else. Like Oreo, Baltimore Raven, like these fit. I can't speak for other states first. He says the Knicks have large people. First of all, there are no large people in the Knicks organization. Because Julius Randle last night, I don't know why that dude was playing 1-on-5 for most of the game. He's not good. The New York Knicks are not good. The New York Knicks have not been good since I've been alive. And that's a very long time. Very long time. So don't start coming for my team first. Don't come in here coming for my team. Because I know you love all New York sports. Even the Yankees. Even you can't even hold your hat on the Yankees. The Yankees suck this year. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry.
I can't argue. I can't argue with host Hendo. What were you saying?
I'm not host Hendo, but we don't want to tell you what. First, we want to pass on any information we have, but I just don't know why there's so many bird teams in the NFL. I guess some of them were trying to be original because, they had the baseball teams around. Some of them had the basketball, and I think they tried to differentiate and not be similar to others. So they said, oh, what can we do? What's this state bird? Or what's this favorite? I don't know, bro. And you have to realize, so even with the Cardinals, like the Cardinals came from Chicago. Most of these teams came from different states, and the name just traveled with them. That's why when you say, are there Cardinals in Arizona? Are there this in this state? Most teams did not originate where they started from. So hopefully that answers your question. Do we have a score update for the Lakers Magic game?
Oh, somebody please update me. Update me. Let me know. Let me know if the Magic are winning. Mr. J the Six, if you're still in here.
So hopefully that game can end in a tie.
No, we want the game to end with the Magic winning. That's what we want.
Oh my Jiminy Christmas. The Magic are smashing the Lakers 78-58.
I told you we were coming back this game. I told Jay the Six that we lost to the Lakers 4 nights, like earlier in the week, and I said, "Don't worry, we'll be back. We'll play you again really soon." Not realizing that it was today.
Wow, I ain't even mad at that though. I'm glad your team doing something. I ain't even mad at that. It's the Lakers.
Well,
LA.
I mean, Okay.
You're
Well,
right, Chris. I'm sorry. You're right, Chris. Second half, like the refs will even it out. They'll get the Lakers back in the game. Watch Brady say something. Watch Brady say something. All right, host. Do you have anything else?
I do not. I do not. Thank you all so much for coming by and hanging out with us on a Saturday evening just to talk all things Ravens and sports in general. We hope you guys are doing well. And if you're having a good time, hit the like button. And if you're not, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Hit the subscribe button, come back, watch another video. You'll enjoy yourself. You'll have a blast. Just whatever you do, it doesn't matter. Just hit a button.
Yeah, we try to have fun over here. We have fun, but we have fun respectfully. Like you
Okay.
can disagree with somebody. I know somebody came here early and said somebody was making fun of him in another stream. We don't do that over here. We don't make fun of people unless it's first. If it's not first, we don't make fun of. It's the only person we make fun of.
Anyway, so good vibes. I think Agnes said that we're sending good vibes over to the Ravens tomorrow. And, hoping that we stay healthy. That's big for me. That's huge for me. Hoping that we are able to come out with a win. An impressive win would be nice. A dominating win would be great, but we'll take the win however we can get it. But as long as our guys stay healthy, that's what matters. So go Ravens.
Go Ravens. Mike says, listen, according to the internet, the Osprey is common to Seattle and often referred to as a Seahawk, and that's how the name came about.
Hmm.
Good information. Let's get all kind of information over here. So yes, Mike, you will get extra credit points for that. Just saying. Now, I'll give you extra credit points for that, but I may have to deduct some points because you ignored both my trades. Like I tried to trade you Will Levis, you ignored my trades. I might have to deduct a couple points, but I'm not because I'm not the host today. All I can do is add points. So, all right,
I just need to, I just
host,
need,
you want to close this
no, I
thing
just
out?
need my co-host points. That's all I need. I just need my co-host points and for co-hosting the stream. But let's have your outro. Let's have your outro. And
What outro? I don't have an outro.
wait, um, be positive and think for yourself and don't give in to conformity and
Be somebody.
formulate your
Your own
opinion.
opinions.
Formulate your own opinions and do important things.
Do important things. I've never said do important things.
I don't know, whatever it is. Just do
Wow.
that. Do
What?
important things or be important because you are
No.
and keep doing important
Listen,
things.
so I say, listen, never give in to conformity. Always think for yourself, formulate your own opinions, and most importantly, be somebody important.
Yes.
Be yourself.
Until